I saw him at the mall, at a very small, at the jewelry store.
At the jewelry store, what was Elvis buying?
Well, I don't know, sir. I thought she was crazy, and then we started following this man. And all I heard this man today, who said that he had talked to him in letters and things, and so it was him.
It was Elvis. What was he wearing?
He was wearing a long, kind of a black, like a coat, and some kind of boots, and then he had on glasses. But my wife, she's an Elvis fan, and she would know.
All right, sir. That's it. Thank you. Hello, WXTR.
Hello.
Hi, have you seen Elvis?
Yes, I have.
Where have you seen him?
Well, last night I went down to McDonald's. I swear to God, he was cooking hamburgers.
Elvis working behind the counter at McDonald's. Behind the counter!
I swear to God, I saw him. With my own two eyes, he was cooking my Big Macs.
How would you like to go through the drive-thru and hear that? Thank you, sir. Good morning, WAVA.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, have you seen Elvis?
Yeah, I did. I was coming on my 395. He cut me off.
What was he driving?
He started this big, white 57 Cadillac with tailman.
Hello, WAVA. Where have you seen Elvis?
Yeah, we see him. He's a bricklayer right here on my job.
He's a bricklayer. Hello, WAVA. Have you seen Elvis?
These guys are crazy. They didn't.
Okay, folks, as Don and Mike from WAVA back in 1988, 105.1 Power 105. Cool station. That was a damn cool station. You know, there's a couple dark moments in DC radio. One of them was when WAVA got sold. It was a cool station. It was an AOR rock station for a while, and then it became a really cool power hot hit station for a number of years. And then in MS, the company that owned it, it's a large radio company that still owns a lot of radio stations, but apparently they were I think they were trying to buy a baseball team and needed some money, so they decided to sell WAVA at a fire sale, basically. Salem bought it and turned it into a Christian station. I have nothing against a Christian station and all that, but you know, it's a wonderful signal. It's a great signal, and it never gets any. It ranks 23rd in the ratings. You know what Salem's done with it, they really haven't capitalized on the ratings with it, and it's it's a shame that somebody hasn't taken that station and done some really cool things with it. I think Salem could do just as fine being on AM in the Washington area. They don't really need to be hogging up that wonderful 105.1 signal with their not all that listened to programming on WAVA. So that's what I'm saying. Remembering some more of our memories today. Of course, I did some of those were the more of DCRDB Dave's music collection. You know, we got the Kate Bush, Boxcar. Boxcar's a really cool band out of Australia. I really like them. I'm probably the only one in the country that does, but got some cool stuff. The Buggles, remember Video Killed the Radio Star? A lot of cool stuff on this. This was what was his name? Trevor something or other. I don't know. He's a really good producer. Trevor Horn, really good producer there. Kate Bush, of course, I love Kate Bush. I love everything. Oh man, I could go on and on. I got a whole bunch of Kate Bush albums, and of course the Buzzcocks. And our memorabilia of today, we got this old T-shirt, Extra 104. Remember when 104.1, which is La Plata, Waldorf, whatever the heck down there, Southern Prince George's County. 104.1 was Extra 104 with an oldies format. And a lot of cool jocks were there over the years. And I guess another pet peeve today on, okay, this is davetv. Good morning, Washington. Forgot to do that for the 9th of February. And I'd like to, again, thank everybody, all the folks. Let me get so you can see my beautiful face here, my Fu Manchu beard. All the wonderful folks who sent me some really nice birthday wishes yesterday on Facebook and on the site. I just want to thank you all so much. I can't acknowledge everybody. I'm sitting here reading off name after name after name, but you know who you are, and I want to thank you so much. Lisa DeMarais today writes up a little thing about Keith Olbermann jumping. Remember, big news yesterday was that he was going to the Current TV channel, which is an Al Gore public affairs channel that's carried on Comcast in the DC area on 107, and I know it's carried by some other cable systems. But so sometime this spring, the former MSNBCer will be soon seen on that channel. I'm going to draw a goatee on Keith Olbermann, and I'm putting horns on him. Okay? So I just want to let Dan Snyder know that, we can do this to a lot of people, and it's very common for people to, you know, draw funny little horns and goatees and mustaches on lots of public figures in newspapers. So, and I don't, you know, please, Keith, don't sue me. But one thing I wanted to pick on Lisa for, you know, and it's just, you know, I don't know, some things Lisa writes, you just go, oh. Most cable TV systems offer current TV on their digital tier. Well, you know, Lisa, most cable TV systems these days are all digital, including the one here in Comcast and Reston. Every channel's digital. So what does it mean that they put it on a digital tier? What Lisa means to say is they put it on a pay extra tier. It's not on the basic or the expanded basic tier. You have to buy a extra package to see, you know, channels like Current or maybe BBC America or stuff like Lifetime Movie Network, MTV2. Okay, it's a pay extra tier, but to say put it on their digital tier, you know, is really pointless to say, because most cable systems, and in fact many cable systems, are all digital these days. Okay, folks, the big news. Oh my goodness, I'm blacking out my screen while I'm talking. The big news yesterday was the Orioles. The Orioles are moving from 105.7, a nice big stereo FM signal in Baltimore, and they're jumping back to WBAL 1090 AM, where they were for 19 years before jumping to 105.7. Apparently, we're hearing that Peter Angelos, the owner of the team, just doesn't plain like the guys that run CBS Baltimore. They didn't get along, whatever. So they're going back to BAL for at least 3 more years. So 1090 AM will be where the Orioles are heard, at least in the Baltimore market, for the next 3 years. Programming will be the same. The people that call the games and all that, that's since they're hired by the Orioles, that'll all stay the same. But, you know, it's a coup for BAL, because BAL now has the Ravens and the Orioles. They have both teams. And you know what? They're not even a sports talk station. They're mainly a news talk station. You know, they run, you know, political news talk, and they have a news block in the morning and afternoon. They run political stuff like Ron Smith and stuff during the afternoons or late mornings, and then they flip to a sports talk format in the evenings, but with Brett Hollander, which is a good show. But it's not even a full-time sports talker. And now they've got both of the teams. So it'd be interesting to see if the Ravens decide to go to 105.7, you know, rather than having to share a station with the Orioles, because I can't imagine the Ravens are super-duper happy that they're going to be sharing a station with the Orioles. You know, even though the Orioles are baseball and the Ravens are football, and they don't compete with they don't play each other. You know, you never see the Ravens and the Orioles play each other. They do compete in the Baltimore media market for ad dollars. And to have both teams on one station is probably not a good thing. So I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know when the Ravens' contract with BAL is up, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them going over to some other station like 105.7 when that happens. It just makes sense. I don't know. But, you know, figure Masson out. I don't know. You know. And then we've also got the news that Scott Garceau's show, which airs afternoons on 105.7 in Baltimore, CBS station, is no longer being seen on Masson. We're not sure which end of the deal that comes from. Is CBS saying, no, you can't carry Scott Garceau anymore, or is Masson saying, no, we don't want to carry Scott Garceau anymore? But in any case, Masson, Peter Angelos over here, and CBS over here, and they don't like each other anymore. So we shall see how that develops. Be interesting to see what happens with 105.7. You know, they don't have either big team in Baltimore on the station anymore. So, which brings up the possibility that WJFK in Washington, which is another CBS station, another CBS sports talker, might make a deal with the Nationals. The Nationals contract is still not firm for 2011, you know, and we know that the Nationals aren't thrilled being on Bonneville's WFED because it's an AM-only station and they like to be on FM, so we might still see a deal where the Nationals end up, at least some of their games anyway, on WJFK. Okie dokie, folky dokies, that's our Dave TV for today. I'd also like to tip of the old hat to Arthur Arundel. He's passed away yesterday at 83. I worked for Arthur Arundel when I was first out of college. I worked at the Reston Times newspaper, which he owned, and he was a nice guy. I enjoyed working there. Didn't make a lot of money working there, but I learned a lot of ropes, and it was all. It's 3 or 4 of my funnest years of my life for working at the Reston Times for Arundel, and good people there. Carl Holinsky, some really cool people. Kelly Mansfield, who was the general manager at the time. Some really nice people working there. Laura Dalton. I'm trying to think of all the people. Barbara Giles, I believe her name was. There's some cool people working there, and I enjoyed those couple of years working there. And Arthur Arundel, as you might know, used to own WAVA Radio. Connecting the beginning and the end of today's little piece. He used to own WAVA Radio back in the late 60s and early 70s, and he flipped it to all news back in somewhere in the late 60s, and it was one of the first true formatted all news stations in the country. And then he sold it, and then it went through a variety of different formats in the 70s. I think it was doing folk rock for a while, and then it got onto AOR and Surf worked there, and then it became Top 40, and that's when Don Geronimo did the afternoon show, and then Don and Mike linked up with Buzz Burbank, and they got into the David Haynes, wasn't it, doing the morning show, and then Buzz eventually joined them. I'm not quite sure when that all happened, but it was a cool station. WAVA has been a cool station, and then in 1992 when Salem got him. Anywho, that's it for today. Thanks for watching Dave TV, and don't forget to visit dcrdv.com and our New York and Boston sites, and rah, oorah, and don't forget to stay tuned.